All right, Buffs fans, we got to talk about it. Kind of have a hard conversation because there is some glaring problems right now with Colorado. But one of those things, one of the brightest spots that I have to say that deserves props, the offensive line. They have done something that a lot of us was hoping would show up this season in comparison to last year. They're actually pretty good. And so let me explain why. I'm going to show you some data because if you know me, I'm a data guy. Show you some numbers as to what actually supports that here on the Prime Time for College Football, a Hog Media production. Thank y'all for pulling up. I'm your boy Jay. This video is powered by our partners over at Sleeper. If you're not checking them out for daily fantasy football, you are missing out. They will match you on your first deposit up to $100 at 100%. Use our promo code PRIMETIME. So let me explain to y'all what I mean by I think we're missing something here when it comes to this Buffs teams, because there's some bright spots, and that bright spot is the offensive line. Let's take a gander at this. First off, the one thing I looked at when I started jumping into the statistics on Colorado is I had to ask myself, all right, where is the issue? Like grade-wise, issue-wise, where is the problem that we're seeing with the Buffs today? And it's not the spot that we thought was going to be the problem. Quarterback play has been okay. Actually, based upon these grades here, you see it's been bad. It's been under 50 as far as grades go on PFF, so it doesn't look all that good. But you would think, okay, so if the quarterback play has been bad, it's got to be because there's no blocking happening. Colorado is ranked number 11. As you can see on the screen, they're number 11 in pass block grade over at PFF. Now, my big thing with PFF is I always take it with a grain of salt. I like to go back and look at the film to understand exactly what's going on. But there's one thing I can say. The Buffs are blocking very well in the pass. They are doing a fantastic job of making sure that the quarterbacks have clean pockets. And we've seen in some moments in some of these games where the quarterback has a clean pocket and they look pretty good. And you're like, okay, numbers are going. But it's about the decision-making and the quickness of the decision-making plus a combination of the play call. If there's one thing I can give mad props to, Coach White, Coach Hegeman, Coach Gerard, they have done a fantastic job of getting this offensive line going. They're blocking very well on the pass. And so our quarterback play needs to be stronger than what it is. And it'll get there. I mean, like I said, we're a year removed from Shedeur being gone. You brought in two new quarterbacks, and you got Ryan Staub, who's been around for a bit, and he's the one looked the best to start. He did not look good against Houston, and I think that they can figure this out. It's not time to push the panic button. The season isn't over. There's still time. But the bigger thing here is when you start looking at these grades, you're like, all right, what does the Buffs need to do in order to be better in these games? And it really is just quarterback play. The QB needs to go out there and play better. And I looked at it here. I'm like, yeah, that grade right there, solid. 84. Now, I would give them at least an 80 myself. They have given time. Time to throw has been good for the quarterbacks. It's now about not only processing, decision-making, but getting that ball out. And that, honestly, to me, leads right into where a lot of you have complained. Coach Pat Shurmur. He needs to figure that part out and make it better. Another part that's underrated that the Buffs have done well at, we've got to talk about, it's got to be some of that run blocking too. Before we do that, shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. Have you checked them out for daily fantasy football? If not, man, you are missing out. You can test your knowledge, your football acumen. Same thing with all of your sports acumen in there. What you do is you pick two or more players, pick more or less on their statistics for the game, what you predict is going to happen, and you can cash out big. Turn those game days into paydays. So check them out. Download the application because it's more than just season-long fantasy. There's more to it. Use our code PRIMETIME, and if you deposit $100 on the first time, they will match you up to that $100. So check them out. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. For me, not only was the pass blocking well, the run blocking actually grades not too bad. Now, it's in the 60s. Actually, the run blocking, my bad. The running has been pretty solid, especially when you just hand the ball off and let Price go, right? Let Michael Welch go. Do more, level the creativity there. Heck, let Ryan Staub as well as Caden Salter design runs. Get them out there running. The run blocking has been mediocre. It needs to get better. But that, to me, is a function of where the pass game is. If you get the ball out, not just the little quick dump passes, not the quick pops, but if you launch that thing, push those safeties back, make those linebackers get out there in coverage, I think this defense, this offense can be a lot better. The run game can improve. Because even with mediocre run blocking, the running is still being productive. Like, you saw Price run that touchdown, and it felt like the run game was abandoned. That's something that cannot happen when you're dealing with this team. They have the capabilities, and it appears that it's going to take longer than anticipated. But I've still got faith that Prime and this staff can figure it out. But what they've got to do is put that big boy, Jordan Seaton, out there. Let him get his blocks. He's been blocking well. And he's grading out well still. He's going to probably end up being in the conversation for All-American, especially for All-Conference. He's been balling. Now, this Wyoming game is going to be a challenge. Their defense is pretty good. They gave Utah problems. So the Buffs are going to have to get creative. We need Shermer to not only let whomever the starting quarterback is, which we don't know, launch it, or they're going to have to do a better job of making sure that the run game gets going. That's the biggest thing. Find plays that gets the run game going, because when I see the grades, I'm not upset by them on the run block, but that pass blocking is way too good for what the pass product we've seen so far. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Where do you think the Buffs' biggest issue is? Where do you think improvement can happen for this squad? We want to hear your thoughts. We'll talk more Wyoming this week. We're going to break down some of the other positions, try to get an understanding of what the Buffs need to do to fix this. Some of the talking heads out there got some things to say. Of course, people are really, really going after Prime's head as if we didn't expect this team to have a little bit of growing pains, losing out on a Heisman Trophy winner and one of the best passers in Colorado history. It's going to take some time, so I think the Buffs will be fine. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification so you don't miss any of the videos. We'll chop it up very, very soon. Shout out to our partners at Sleeper. Use our code PRIMETIME and you will get a match on your first $100, 100%. So they'll give you $100 if you deposit $100. See terms of use for details, and we will talk to you all soon.